In World War II, that was Japanese, German, and Italian immigrants. They were stripped of their property and forced into internment camps.
The first such camp for civilians was right here in Middle Tennessee. News 2's Caitlin Quisenberry digs into the history.
A date which will live in infamy.
I remember when I was in Nashville, and on a Sunday afternoon when President Roosevelt announced on TV that Pearl Harbor had been. It was scary.
FDR signed 3 proclamations that pretty much gave the FBI and the Justice Department, INS, the ability to go out and arrest individuals of German, Japanese, or Italian descent.
Camp Forest in Tullahoma was the first civilian internment camp in the United States, holding around 800 alien civilians from January to November 1942.
During this time, of course, fears sometimes overcame logic. And so if you thought your neighbor might be a Nazi, all you had to do was make a phone call.
Inside the 85,000-acre camp, detained people stayed in barracks or were housed in greenwood 4-man huts with large gaps in paneling, making for chilly winters. Along with English lessons, they could also work within the facility for 80 cents. By 1943, the camp shifted to housing German and Italian prisoners of war.
They kept us pretty tight, the names of the prisoners there.
In a previous interview, Irma Troxler, who worked at Camp Forest, told News 2 employees tracked thousands of detainees, including prisoners of war and civilians of Japanese, German, and Italian descent.
The workforce, the male force, was of course overseas fighting. So to ensure that harvests could get in on time, they employed POWs.
The population in Tullahoma was 4,500 in 1940. By the end of the war, the population grew to 75,000. According to the president and founder of the Camp Forest Foundation, some POWs remained in the U.S., while others returned to their home countries.
My goal is to just make sure this history is not lost to time.
In Nashville, Caitlin Quisenberry, News 2.